Simon YouTube, and welcome back to Deck Wizard. Today we're going all in on the Mimikyu, partnering it up with yesterday's episode with the Battle Royale. I thought it'd be a good idea to show off the promo in actual play in Deck Wizard today. So Mimikyu is the 70 HP Psychic type Pokemon basic with Haunt for 1 Psychic Energy, put 1 damage counter on your opponent's active Pokemon, and you have Astonish for 2 colorless. Choose a random card from your opponent's hand, your opponent reveals that card and shuffles it into their deck. Now Mimikyu here is not much of a captain, but it'll be kind of interesting to see what he gives us in form of a deck. Hopefully we can at least get a Lugia so we can at least do some damage, but other than that, I'll be happy with whatever. It's Deck Wizard after all. We're just here for some fun, some good old gamble. But here we go. Let's see what we get. You cannot add more than one. Seriously, you're giving me more than one? Okay. I don't know what's going on, but we're gonna look at it here. So we did not get Lugia. We did get Dragonite EX, 180 HP colorless Pokemon with pull up. He can pull up those pants of his. Not that he's wearing any. We do get the Pidgeot and the Mega Pidgeot line. Again, they're gonna be somewhat staple because they are colorless, which is kind of odd. I don't know why they do that. We do have the Alakazam, Mega Alakazam line for 1 each. We have 3 Hoopas. 4 Hoopas. Retract that. 2 of which are these Scoundrel Rings, so we can go for EXs quite a bit. And we do have 1 of the Hoopa. No, we've got 2 of these. We got 2 of the Hoopa EX Hyperspace Ring Wonder Trick Hoopas, which aren't very good. Next up, we have the Heavy Ball. So we can look for a retreat cost of 3 or higher. Well, we can get Dragonites with that. I can't get Hoopas. Not much there. Pokeball, we can get anything we want, but we have to risk that coin toss. We have a couple Super Potions. We get to heal 60, but we do have to lose an energy. We have Silent Lab, which isn't very good for us at all, because we are completely basic, barring the 2 Megas. And of course, we're not running any Spirit Links at all. We have a couple Pokemon Center ladies, so they can heal us up. We have Fan Clubs, so we can get Mimikyu out if we really wanted to, but we're probably not going to lead that way. Next up is the Experience Share. We can kind of keep that energy we have in the deck in play, which is going to be nice. And we have a couple Floatstone, or 1 Floatstone, 1 Floatstone, 1 Floatstone. 21 Psychic Energy. All I can say is let's do this, Mimikyu. I have faith in you. Mimikyu DW. All right, we go with Psychic Coin because you know it's right there. But we will save that. And we'll be right back and see if we can get ourselves a match or 2. Alright guys, match number 1 is here. Going up against Fluffy Trex, playing a dark deck, which is like our worst fears come to life. But we're going to hit tails on the Psychic Coin, and we're going to win it. So this means we will go first. This is going to be a very interesting, very bad, very weird deck. We have Mimikyu in the lead. Which I'm actually going to use, because I can save Pidgeot for later, and if I lose my Mimikyu, it's not as big of a deal. So we'll pass done on that one. Now my opponent will probably be playing Yveltal, just based on what we're seeing. Oh, my opponent had a mulligan, so we will get an additional card draw even, which could mean a lot. Don't know what it'll mean, but we'll try something here. We'll see. We didn't get a dead card, which is really good in this deck. At least everything is kind of playable. We would love an additional card. Pokemon Fan Club is amazing. We're going to get Dragonite down. He might be our main attacker for this. We're going to go with the Energy Drop onto the Mimikyu. And we're going to go with a Pokemon Fan Club and probably get the Alakazam. Kind of look and see what we have in here. So we don't need to... Oh, we can go for Mega Alakazam. Now we have no way of de-evolving it. Might want to go with a Hoopa here. And I can grab another Dragonite. So drop down Dragonite. Drop down Hoopa. Yep. And we can grab our Alakazam and our Mega Pidgeot. I know, our deck looks really weird, but at least we have it all. And there's some actual, like, ways of getting cards. We can't attack because it is turn 1. Our opponent will not be able to attack us either, which is kind of nice. And I can get an Astonish off, so if my opponent wants to go way out of the way, we can at least get rid of something. Eevee does drop, so this is going to be even worse. It's going to be Umbreon with it. And this is just going to be bad. There's a Tauros. Max Elixir. Nothing happens. We're going to see a Fighting Fury Belt onto the lead Yveltal with a double colorless energy, and it's going to just pass the turn. No supporting, which is awesome. I want to get rid of that last card. I don't want you to have any opportunities here. I don't need any Pokemon. We're just going to go for Astonish. Which is a random card. We're going to get rid of your Ultra Ball. Nope. Oh, it goes back into your deck. So now you're just top decking. Which is kind of good for us, actually. You're not allowed to have that. Get rid of that. No card for you. Parallel City, you don't need it. You're only allowed the card you have in play. That is it. You get one card. We're just going to keep dropping our energies down. I can Mega Evolve anytime. I'm going to get a nice switch out of there. Don't need that. Get rid of that. This is actually kind of weird. I'm not going to lie, Mimikyu's kind of pulling this off. Kind of stalling out our as best we can. Drops double colorless energy. Alright, this is the turn we can Mega Evolve. Now, upon Mega Evolution, you put 2 damage. So we can Mega Evolve right now. Yes. And we'll hit the Eevee. Why? Because I think we might actually be able to hit the Eevee. Nope. Alright, so he has 1 card left. Our Dragonite is actually fully set up. So we can hit for 130. Still not enough damage to do onto this Yveltal. And I can't believe they have not actually hit a support or anything like that. Now, I can't switch just yet. I can't switch. Because you have way too much HP. Let's go for it. We're going to put that card back in your deck. Novia Seeking for you. Get rid of that. You're only allowed 1 card. No options. Ah. The end does happen, guys. It's unfortunate that they did get it, but you know what? It was bound to happen eventually. Dark Energy onto it. Our little tricks are finally over. Crushing Hammer lands and is going to get one of my Psychic Energies on my Dragonite. I'm not worried about it. I'm just going to get rid of my Hoopa, and I will get rid of my... I'll get rid of my Alakazam. It's done its job. So down goes Mimikyu. My little pest has done his job. I'm gonna lose this, guys. Now that he's fully set up, that Yveltal will be a problem, and I can't Mega Evolve. So Hyper Beam away. Oh, we can discard an energy. We may not be out of this. We may not be out of this, guys. I should have switched last turn and got rid of that energy prior. I didn't even think of that. Dark Energy down. Professor Kukui is going to do 20, so 20, 40, 60. 81, 20, 40, 60, so we're doing 160 to me. Not enough, 170. I'm going to live on 10. And we're going to go for a nice Pokemon Center Lady right now. Heal off some of that damage. And Dragonite's gonna get our first knockout, which is gonna be amazing. So 130. Don't need to worry about this because it's just gonna go with you. And we're gonna clean up our 2 prizes. We're taking lead here. 2 psychic energy. Up comes the Yveltal. Now, if it gets an energy, we will lose our Dragonite. And it is unfortunate that we're gonna lose our Dragonite. But I got 4 energies back in hand. It's okay. Never mind. Had 4 energies in hand. Don't anymore! And we have a Mega Pidgeot come up. We have a Mimikyu. Nest Ball is going to land an Eevee on my opponent's side of the field. When did your Eevee... Oh, no, your Eevee became an Umbreon. Okay. Max Elixir onto that good old Eevee. Does not use your ability, though. And the Eevee will take me out. Sad but true. We are going to bring up our Pidgeot. We get a couple Pokeballs. I do need to set up this. If this Pokemon was damaged by an attack during your opponent's last turn, it does the same amount of damage. So, for now, we can drop down a Mimikyu. My opponent needs to take out 2 EXs still. That's why I didn't mind losing the Mimikyu early, because in this term of game, it's not a big deal. We're going to see our opponent loses the Parallel City and I have to ditch all 3 cards. It's not a big deal. It's really not a big deal. You can continuously add energy to your Veltal, and the damage output you hit on me, I'm going to hit on you, and hopefully we'll get some more places, but I now see that we're not winning this. But you know what? We did some good damage. I think we could have if I had paid attention to Dragonite's attack earlier. I don't know, I don't need it. We're going to go for a Mirror Move. We'll hit you for 80. If you get any additional energy, you still won't be able to, you'll be able to knock us out, but you won't be able to live too much longer if I can get even a nice damage on. Actually, Mimikyu might be able to pick up a knockout if you don't get any additional energy right now. Does get that energy though, and this will knock out my Pidgeot, and that will be GG. So unfortunately, game 1 does not go to Mimikyu, but we actually put in an effort. We put out some knockouts, we got some cool movements, and Mimikyu actually was a part of the play. So all in all, I'm pretty happy with it. We may not win this. I'm gonna let Mimikyu take the shine at the end, even if it doesn't mean we're gonna win. Nope, that's a useless card. The ends really did hurt us, because we had opportunities to kind of come back with a second Dragonite. And if I was paying more attention, I would try to get Dragonite in there earlier, because it did have that ability to retreat my Mimikyu. And I would have been able to take less damage on the Dragonite. But that was a misplay on my part, just because I'm not familiar with Dragonite. But that is it for match number 1. Let's get into match number 2 and see if we could actually pull off a win. This deck actually has that potential. Alright guys, match number 2 is here. We're playing up against NixB, playing against a colorless psychic fighting? I don't know what we're playing up against. But that's half the fun. You know what? They should really make a deck wizard formula. Where you guys actually can only go in with deck wizard builds. That would be kind of cool. Let me know in the comments if you guys would like to see deck wizard against deck wizard decks in TCGO battles. That would be something really fun. Go up against a one-on-one, one-match kind of little mini episode, and it'd be me versus one of you guys. Let me know in the comments if that is something that you guys would like to see, because it'd be something that I wouldn't mind doing. It was an idea a buddy of mine came up with because he wanted to do it, and he obviously doesn't do TCGO on YouTube. He does some other stuff, but he recommended it to me, and I'm like, you know what, that's a cool idea. I don't know how the community is going to appreciate it, so what I want to know is if you guys would appreciate it or not. Now, we are going to start off with a Mimikyu here. We do have Pidgeot for the back, and we have a Hoopa to get those Dragonites out, and that's exactly what we're going to do. I want to get those Dragonites out early, and I probably will go for the Silent Lab as well this turn. Now, my opponent does not want to drop down to cards like we did last time. I doubt he will. It was just a fluke that Mimikyu was able to pull off so much. But I will probably drop an energy down just to get some damage down with the Haunt. And the other thing too is I admit that we could have kept the Mega Alakazam around, and it could have done a little bit more damage. We're going up against Passimian. That would be what that color is going to be. Silent Lab will put a bit of a dampener on Passimian, which is fine by me. We can drop another Pidgeot down. We can go for a nice Hoopa drop. And again, I don't really need the abilities. I'm going to grab 2 Dragonites and Alakazam, just in case. This way I don't have to draw them. They're in my hand, ready to go. I will drop 1 Dragonite down now, 1 Alakazam down now, and I will Silent Lab. I can't attack this turn. Now my opportunity here is to probably go for either Alakazam or for Mimikyu, or sorry, for Dragonite. It'll probably be for Dragonite if my opponent can get some cool hand shenanigans with us and get us some card draw. Now my opponent's Mews need to get rid of the Silent Lab. The Silent Lab is going to stop my opponent from playing anything, especially if he's running Shaman drop. He has to get rid of that before he can do anything else. And what's cool is my Dragonite does resist Passimian. So if I can get Passimian in early, Dragonite in early, that actually could stop my opponent in their tracks as well. This deck could easily do something. It's just a matter of how much card draw we're going to get, because we haven't got any. My opponent does draw a Nest Ball. This will be able to... Ooh, they counter my Silent Lab right away with the Skyfield. And I should have predicted that, but again, I wanted to get that down in case turn 1 they didn't have a great hand. This way they stop the Shamans. It stops the Mews in their tracks. But you know what? It didn't really do much. My opponent is going to drop down to 1 card. I'm really scared if you only have 1 card. Eco Arm and the Lysander. Eco Arm's a pretty cool card here because it does get you that revive back. And those Fighting Fairy Belts for your Passimian. We're going to see an Oranguru. So our opponent has a very nice little opening hand here. Can just draw into 3 and can attack us with a team play. Now, if they draw any more Passimian, that will hurt us quite a bit. Because right now they're doing what? 30? No, I think it's 40 damage to my Mimikyu. Now it's actually an Oko, which is a problem. Because we're way behind. We're way behind now. Out comes another Oranguru, so they can get a little bit more card draw. Draws 3 additional cards. Via Seeker is going to get him a Lysander back up into play. And is he going to Lysander turn 1? No, he's just going to go for the team play. It will knock out my Mimikyu, which is a great play, all in all. And we are going to have to go out into our Pidgeot. Mirror Move is the only thing we can do, and we do resist. I can drop down a Dragonite, and I'm going to... No, I don't need to... I do not need to draw my other one. I am just going to go for the Mega Pidgeot in the back, because as much as Pidgeot in the front is going to be crucial, there's not much I can do. Like, I need to just go straight for Mirror Move and start dropping energies on Dragonite. Not much I can do other than that. We are going to see my opponent gets a Kukui. There's a lot of cards there, but there's the Kukui. Random Receiver is a really neat card. Definitely can help you get your good old supporters if you don't have one. But really, you should just be running... I don't know. I'm enjoying what my opponent has, and the great thing about it is with the Eco Arms, they can kind of get the VS Seekers and those random receivers back. We're seeing a Passimian with a strong energy. We resist. We're going to take 80. We can drop this down onto one of the Dragonites, which is fine. And Mirror Move is going to get 80 damage down onto this Passimian. Now, if my opponent does not get any additional energy or any way of getting additional damage, we can knock out this Passimian. He's setting up another one, which is great. Via Seeker into the Lysander or Kukui? Actually, the Kukui is the one that gave him the damage last turn because of the resistance. So he's going to draw into 2 more, hoping for a Passimian because that will get him that additional damage. Does not get it, just gets a Mew. Hopefully we are okay here. Does go for the damage, and we'll be able to take out a Passimian next turn. which is very good. I don't need the Mimikyu right now. I am going to drop another energy down on Dragonite, and we are going to go for a simple mirror move, which will knock out this Passimian. And we are going to get a Psychic Energy, which we can drop onto Dragonite. I might opt to pull up the Pidgeot next. Now, you can take me out, no problem. That is unfortunate, but true. Considering how fast Alakazam is, he should easily have no retreat cost. But he has got two. Apparently, he's a heavy little Psychic man. Teammates comes off. My opponent's able to grab that fourth Passimian. And whatever else he wants, he can grab a double colorless energy, anything really. And it's going to put a big dampener on us. I will have that third Hyper Beam energy ready to go soon. So I do need to kind of withdraw. Now my Mega Pidgeot has free retreat. Interesting. So I can use it to kind of hold off against these Pokemon right now. That fourth Passimian is in play, which is a problem. Which is a very big problem. We resist, but not that much. Still gonna knock out this Pidgeot EX. I need 2 turns still. Well, 1 additional turn. My Pidgeot will be able to survive any hit. And that's exactly what we're aiming for. We are gonna get a Hoopa. Not worthwhile, my friend. We're gonna drop down the Psychic Energy and just pass the turn. If I can get a Psychic Energy right now on this new turn, Dragonite can easily come in, take out this good old Passimian because it does not have a Fighting Fury Belt, and we'll be okay. I can't say that we're going to be in great shape, but we'll be okay. Especially says, just in general, it'll be not great. Rotom Dex in a Passimian deck is a fantastic card because it does stop you from having the Passimian stuck in there. I like Town Map. Town Map is really good for that as well. Now, I know they've got Lysander in hand. And if they pull up my Dragonite right now, which is exactly what they're going to do, this is going to do a lot of damage, and I don't like it. I need a Psychic Energy to take this thing out. And we're in trouble. Because he's now able to fling. He's able to do some damage to other things. Ultra Ball could potentially get him another Mew. Special Charge and a Field is gone. Brings in the Mew. Definitely trying to dwindle down the cards that he doesn't need to draw into, and hopefully getting just those straight energies. We're going to see that Instruct go off on one of the Orangurus. He has dropped an energy already, so even if he does have more energy in hand, it ain't going to help him out. But I desperately need a card that can draw cards. And if I don't get it, I'm in trouble. So Team Play is going to go off. I'm only going to take 120. Come on, Psychic. Yes! Alright. We're at least in the game. We can attack. We're going to get rid of one Passimian. I'll get rid of this one. And we can take a prize card. Now we will... It looks like we're going to lose this one. I'll admit it, but we're having a good time. In comes the Mew. Again, not a big deal. Our opponent does not have anything going for it yet. We will still be able to one-shot a Mew, but they're going to be able to take us out, no problem. Revive is going to bring back that Passimian, and that will be the game here. There's no way for us to win this. No way. When we took that initial damage, we could have won this, but when he Lysandered our Pidgeot, that was the perfect play for him. And it's unfortunate for us that we did not get a win today, considering this deck actually had some good tactics behind it. A little slow. If it had double colorless energy for Dragonite, that would be way better. But that is, to say the least, of our problems. The question is why hasn't he attacked? Because Mew will easily one-shot me, and all my other Pokemon cannot attack. Here comes Team Play! Down goes Dragonite. 140 damage. And we're just going to bring up our Alakazam because it is super effective. I can't do anything, and I don't want to waste my opponent's time. So I'll bring up Alakazam. If I can get some damage off, that's cool, but I'm not going to be able to. We're just going to grab another Mimikyu, and that unfortunately is going to be the turn right there. GG to my opponent. Passimian easily took down my deck. Again, if this was a well-built deck and not a deck wizard, might have stood a chance because Dragonite does have that opportunity to resist and remove energies. And obviously, we didn't get a whole lot of luck near the end of that. But all in all, I think we had a very good deck wizard. As much as we did lose, it had a lot of potential, a lot of fun, and Mimikyu surprisingly was a better captain than I was ever going to expect, because he came in both games, did his thing, and well, the second game he did just kind of get knocked out. But with that though, that is going to be today's episode. If you guys have enjoyed it, please hit that like button, because it does mean the world to me. I don't usually ask that, but on Deck Wizards to let me know that you guys still enjoy this series, because it's probably my longest running series now, barring Theme Deck Corner. And of course, please hit that subscribe button, because it does mean the world to me that you guys come back and rewatch all these videos every week I produce them. But that is it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, time out.